Straight to a Fox News alert. If you are just joining us this morning, Israel has launched a massive barrage of strikes on Iran's nuclear and military facilities, eliminating several top Iranian military leaders and scientists.
Ryan Mauro is an investigative researcher on extremist groups and foreign threats, and he joins us now. Ryan, good morning to you. From what you have been able to gather so far, how degraded is Iran's nuclear program after this strike?
Well, the Israelis apparently have not struck all the sites, which kind of makes sense. There might be covert operations still going on at some of the sites. They may also want to have a deterrent effect where they can say, if you retaliate too much, then we're going to take out those as well. And quite frankly, I think that the Supreme Leader, Khamenei, and his likely successor, his son, both probably understand that the Israelis know how to kill them now. And that's going to be the deterrent for them. Like, if you retaliate too much, you go above a certain threshold, you're choosing to die. And so we're going to see if they make that choice.
Ryan, you are an expert in extremist groups and foreign threats. Are you concerned in any way that this could lead to a terror attack right here on our homeland?
I wouldn't say leading to a terror attack as if it caused it, because anyone that wanted to attack the United States over this, they were going to do it anyway. I mean, that would be an Iranian link. So it's not our fault. It's not the Israelis' fault. So I'm concerned, but we've also been very successful in thwarting those type of things. I think that the radical anti-American protesters that you see going around committing violence and rioting are, I looked at their chats, they seem to be very demoralized. This isn't the type of thing they can spin into a victory. So I'm feeling confident in the sources I talked to in the U.S. and Israel. All I'm hearing is confidence.
So you also say that President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu have played this perfectly so far by not involving the United States in this strike. What do you mean by that?
So there were two options here. The U.S. could be involved and then help minimize Iran's ability to retaliate. There was a good argument for that. But the other argument was, depending on if Israel can actually do it, and we learned that they can, have the Israelis do it, and the U.S. stays out of it. Maybe we escape any Iranian retaliation, but then we can also say to them, you can't go above this certain level when you retaliate, otherwise you're going to deal with us. And so you get that deterrent. And so that's the best of both worlds.
Let's focus on what Iran possibly could do, because as we've talked about throughout the course of the morning, Iran is pretty degraded right now, not just because of last night, but because of the months and years prior. But what U.S. targets are you worried about that could be most at risk from some sort of retaliation by Iran?
They'll go whatever they can get at. They're going to be desperate. So they just need something that they can call a victory. All their proxies are going to be like, I mean, ideally, they'd like to go after a Jewish target. But if that's not the case, then like many other proxies want to go after the police or they go after something else. But make no mistake about it. One of the narratives you're going to hear is that this just maybe delayed the Iranian program. But Netanyahu is saying, no, this is removing a threat. I agree with Netanyahu, because the equipment that's being destroyed, a lot of it has to be imported. If you kill scientists, you have to hire new ones. Is that a job anyone's going to want to take? Are you going to want to work on a construction crew on a nuclear site if you know you might get your head blown off? I don't think so. So this really might destroy permanently the Iranian nuclear program.
Yeah, and finally, Ryan, I mean, you do monitor extremist chats for a living. What a remarkable job, and I'm sure very dark job at times that you have. But since the strike has happened, what are they saying?
It's a lot of the, sort of like death to America condemnations, but there isn't a whole lot that they can say. So what they'll say is, oh, just wait. The Iranians are going to punch back, but there's no substance to it. They're trying to claim that, oh, the Israelis are covering up the fact that a lot of Israelis died in the Iranian retaliatory strikes. I don't even think they believe that. So really the chatter's actually decreased because there's not much to say. When you're losing that badly, what do you say?
Yeah, because it is unclear whether any of those drones from Iran even made it into Israel.
Yeah.
Ryan Mauro, thank you for your insight this morning. We appreciate it.